drop in, and opt out. I'm Derek J. You're listening to Peace News Now, the best 5-minute report on the growing peaceful resistance around the globe. Today is Monday, January 21st, 2013. Happy Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Here's what's happening in the world of peaceful resistance. The following excerpt comes from the Daily Mail. Thousands of gun advocates gathered peacefully Saturday at state capitals around the U.S. to rally against stricter limits on firearms, with demonstrators carrying rifles and pistols in some places, while those elsewhere settled for waving hand-scrawled signs or screaming themselves hoarse. The size of crowds at each location varied, from dozens of people in South Dakota to 2,000 in New York. At the Kentucky Capitol in Frankfort, attendees gave a special round of applause, quote, "for the ladies that are packin'." Activists promoted the Guns Across America rallies primarily through social media. They were being held just days after President Barack Obama unveiled a sweeping package of federal gun control proposals. The crowd swelled to more than 800 amid balmy temperatures on the steps of the pink-hued Capitol in Austin, where speakers took to the microphone under a giant Texas flag with "Independent" stamped across it. Homemade placards read, "An armed society is a polite society. The Second Amendment comes from God," and "Hey King-O, I'm keeping my guns and my religion." Representative Steve Toth, referencing last month's elementary school massacre in Newtown, Connecticut, said, quote, "The thing that so angers me, and I think so angers you, is that this president is using children as a human shield to advance a very liberal agenda that will do nothing to protect them." Rallies at state houses nationwide were organized by Eric Reed, an airline captain from the Houston area who, in November, started a group called More Gun Control Equals More Crime. At the New York State Capitol in Albany, about 2,000 people turned out for a chilly rally. The event took place 4 days after Democratic Governor Andrew Cuomo signed the nation's toughest assault weapon and magazine restrictions. About 1,500 people showed up in Olympia, Washington. In Connecticut, where task forces created by the legislature and Democratic Governor Malloy are considering changes to gun laws, police said about 1,000 people showed up on the Capitol grounds. Back in Texas, Houston resident Robert Thompson attended the rallies with his wife and children. Many in the family wore t-shirts reading, "The Second Amendment protects the First." Thompson asked, quote, "What we are facing now is an assault weapons ban, but if they do this, what will they do next?" Are you tired of the US government killing people around the world? Are you tired of having to pay for their murderous rampage? Are you tired of feeling helpless to do anything about it? Well, now there's something you can do. It's called Bitcoin. Bitcoin is money that is impossible for the government to control. Bitcoin is impossible to be counterfeited or inflated. Bitcoin is simply a peer-to-peer protocol, so it is impossible for anyone to shut it down, block it, or control it in any way. If you want to see an end to the government inflating the dollar to pay for murder, then you need to start using Bitcoin today. To learn how, visit weusecoins.com. Adamo Freeman, founder of the decentralized police accountability website copblock.org, has pioneered the latest defensive weapon in the activist toolbox. It's called copblock.org Protection Membership. Individuals were always free to donate to help grow the size and effectiveness of copblock.org, but now your donation comes with something sweet attached to it. For as little as $7 a month, donors of copblock.org can become enrolled as copblock.org protection members. What does membership get you? Say you have an encounter with police that leaves you victimized. Who do you go to? The same agency which just victimized you? No. A qualified copblock.org specialist will conduct an interview with you and publish a blog post at copblock.org, a site that reaches over 100,000 unique visitors each month. In addition, your story will be distributed over copblock.org's social networks on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube for exposure to an even wider audience. Finally, a qualified copblock.org specialist will discuss your story during weekly media appearances. And that's just the basic package. Members accrue more benefits as donations increase, all the way up to $50 a month VIP membership, which includes a unique video explaining your situation, as well as a copblock.org protection specialist on the ground with you to assist with events, interviews, and more. Don't just complain about the police state and wait for tyranny to come. Take action to protect yourself today by going to copblock.org/protection. That's all the time we have for today. Links to these stories can be found in this episode's show notes. For more peaceful news reports like this one, subscribe to this podcast and visit our website at peacenewsnow.com. Remember to connect with PNN on social networks and send your love mail to contact@peacenewsnow.com. For Peace News Now, I'm Derek J. Peace.